Okay, all that makes perfect sense to me. But then guess who came up? Guess who came up in the chat? The comment. Mr. Miles. Mr. Miles, Mr. Miles. I've been ignoring Mr. Miles. So Truth Seeker.
And guess who? And guess who makes a video whining and crying about it? Guess who makes a video whining and crying about it? Back on my dick again. All because of the fact that I made a comment under Big J Triple X's post. That's right. Y'all know her. Y'all know her. She stays on my jock. She loves being on my jock. That's why she came back again. Miss Elite. Now apparently Miss Elite wants to whine and cry because I left the comment under Big J Triple X's post. But apparently she didn't read what I stated. Okay, Miss Elite, let me read the shit for you. Because, Miss Elite, you want to endorse Truth Seeker, who has a Nazi swastika as a profile pic while calling himself trying to call out racism. And what I tried to tell you was just because Truth Seeker is going after someone you oppose, that don't make him your ally. When would these content creators get the shit? Oh, he's going after that person, so the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Until they turn around and stab you in the back, Miss Elite, because you were so gullible into thinking that, oh, he's going after someone I don't like, so let's be buddy-buddy. That's what I was trying to tell you, Miss Elite. But no, Miss Elite, you want to be in your feelings all because I made that post, and which, by the way, that post wasn't directed at you. If it was, your name would be mentioned. In fact, your name would have been highlighted. But of course, you gotta let everybody know that you're in your feelings over my fucking post. And it's funny that I left your ass alone too. Wasn't concerned about you. Had other things to do. I had better things to do. I got better things to do. I got better things to do than to fuck with you. But look who comes crawling back on hands and knees. So, Miss Elite, you want to talk about selective outrage? Let's talk about selective outrage. So let's get started, shall we?
Who shared the photos and everything. He is Canadian. And he is also Asian. But he's
like that. Oh, he's Canadian. He's Asian. So is that supposed to negate the fact? In case Miss Lee doesn't know, there are Canadians that are racist. Or did Miss Elite did not do her proper history lessons? But let's continue.
Canadian. Let's look at Mr. Miles' post that I support people with this hate symbol, okay? The hate symbol, right? We'll call it that. And I'm like, what? And that just proves that Miles is not aware of culture, okay?
Says you, Miss Elite, who thinks Canadians can't be racist. Who thinks Asians can't be racist. But I'm the one who doesn't know my fucking culture. Have several seats, ma'am. Let's continue.
Yeah. Okay, so let's take guns, okay? Guns, right? Guns, okay? Asian people created some, I think it was a powder or something and it was white people.
You mean gunpowder? Yes, they created that. But where are you going with all this, Miss Elite? Because you are completely off topic on the matter at hand. Let's continue.
Who turned that something into guns. So Asian people created one idea, and white people was like, hey, we're going to use this as a weapon. Now look at the hate symbol. Do you know the history of the hate symbol? It actually means peace and love. And that is from Asian people. But white people came and turned it to a hate symbol. Truth Seeker is Canadian, but he understands his Asian roots.
Oh, look at Miss Elite sitting there trying to justify the Nazi swastika. Okay, Miss Elite, if you believe that the Nazi swastika represents peace, then here's what you need to do, Miss Elite. Go to each and every Jew and tell each and every Jewish community and tell them that the Nazi swastika represents peace. And let's see how they will react to it. But you want to talk about selective outrage. Yeah, got it. But since we on this subject, it's funny you want to sit there and say this person, oh, this person's a racist, that person's a racist. But guess what, Miss Elite? Guess the one person you never call. Who's the one person you never called a racist, even though they've been pushing racial stereotypes on their channel, and you sat there and you cheerleaded them. That's right, Miss Elite. You remember Jeff, right? Retarded fuck ass Jeff? As I recall, Jeff had a gripe with the Super Mario Brothers movie. And he was so desperate to find racism in that movie that what did he did at one point? And yes, my supporters will back me up on this. What did he do at one point? He sat there and made a big deal about the bullet bill and the chain chomp, which are all characters in the Super Mario Brothers universe, especially the chain chomp, which is the dog of the Super Mario Brothers universe. And guess what Jeff refers to the chain chomp as? Black American slaves. And keep in mind, Jeff ain't black. Yes, he tried to make a resemblance between the chain chomp and Black American slaves. So basically, what Jeff was trying to say was, oh, Black American slaves were dogs in that video, which of course is fucking racist. But guess what, Miss Elite? You were sitting right there cheerleading his retarded fuck ass in the comments. Oh, you didn't call out his racism because you're too busy trying to be his supporter. But you're the same one who wants to whine and cry about someone else being a fucking racist. Oh, I get it, Miss Elite. We all get it. It's only racism. It's only racist if you stand opposed to them. But if it's someone you support, okay, that's different. Somehow that's different. Speaking of which, I wonder whatever happened to those videos and posts that Jeff made in regards to those facts. Oh, that's right. YouTube took his shit down. That's why he's scared to post on his main channel, and he's now posting on his secondary channel. Yes, YouTube took his shit down for his racist remarks. Those same racist remarks, you sat there and cheerleaded. But you're the same one who wants to whine and cry about racism. You're the same one who wants to whine and cry about selective outrage. Now, Miss Elite, if you're gonna call out people being racist on YouTube, that's cool. That is cool. But don't be sitting here picking and choosing who it applies to. If they're fucking racist, then they're fucking racist, period. Off the rip. And also keep this in mind as well, Miss Elite, because apparently you need a refresher course on your history lesson. Not all Asians was on the side of good. Remember the Japanese Empire during World War II? That tried to take over all the other Asian countries. And keep in mind, if you know your Japanese culture, the majority of Japanese worships Buddha as well. The same Japanese Empire who were allies with Nazi Germany. Is all that clicking into you, ma'am? I hope so. So basically, a symbol that was once part of peace is now a symbol of hate. And it doesn't matter how much you try to justify the shit, that's how people is going to look at it as in this days and times. So no, I can't take truth seekers seriously. Him going around trying to call out racism when he has the Nazi swastika as a profile pic, and all the justifications in the world is not going to change that, Miss Elite. Period. If the people looking at that symbol as a symbol of hate, guess what? You're not going to change their mind. The damage is already done. There is no what ifs and what abouts about it. And don't talk about selective outrage when you are so selective about who is a racist and who isn't a racist, especially when you support those who openly show just how racist they are, but you sat there and cheerleaded their asses. So I ain't trying to hear the fucking hypocrisy. If you're gonna call out racism, call it down the middle, not just the ones that you can't stand and you stand opposed to. Period. And I said what I had to say. I got other shit to do than to fuck with you, Miss Elite, and I'm out this bitch. Later.